Welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. Folks, today we have got the One Main Financial 200 at Dover Speedway. I love Dover. I'm hoping that we can get out there. We actually are going to do an upgrade real quick, now that I think about it. We're going to go first thing to 100 is going to be our suspension. I'd rather have handling over speed. And I think that that's going to be good for us. Well, we've done it, so there we are. Need to set up our car. But we already have one that's fully upgraded. That's the nice thing about having the 4 cars. We have Speedway, Road Course. Let's make sure that this Speedway car is set up or ready to be maxed out for next race. And then we'll do the best we can with what we have the rest of the way through here. There is nobody else to do anything, so one of our guys just gets to supervise. All right, we need 2 top 5s total. We already got one in the last race with a second place finish at Talladega. So all we have to do is get it here or in the next race. I'd love to get it in this race and know that we're just going to get that payout. So let's go out there, have a good race. We've got, good people around us. A lot of love in the Xfinity series. No drama. So I'd like to get out there and be able to put down some good laps and a good race. So I actually ran a number of laps. Yeah, we still need a 100% car to be able to get these overall. We got the 100% suspension now. Obviously, 100% engine's going to help. And then finally the 100% aero. So that's what we need to get in. $4 million left to get there. So we'll be there. But a 23.8 isn't too bad when we're trying to get a top 5. 23.4 is the top 5 during practice. Looks like pole position came in at 23.2, so not that much farther off. And, of course, once we're racing, the whole world changes because we've got lap traffic and stuff to contend with and how well we're able to and other drivers are able to get themselves around that lap traffic can make all the difference in a potential victory. Let's put down our qualifying lap real quick. There we go, down the front stretch, qualifying lap now underway. Try to hold it down. My biggest problem always is keeping it off the apron because that'll shoot your car right up into the wall on the opposite end. And I went in way too narrow on that turn, so that's going to cost us a couple tenths or a couple hundreds, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out as we bring it through, and we actually had our fastest run right there. So I'm not too mad that we're in 12th place because it felt good, and it wasn't as good as I feel like we could have done. Top 5 now. Again, as I said, all the drivers have upgraded, so we've got all custom drivers up here now. Michael Chavez, Matt Malone, Lane Tiberghien, John Perez, Jeremiah Graham round out your top 5. Eliza Bethel 6th, Bryce Egan 7th, Casey Kane 8th, Gary Norton 9th, Max Koss 11th, AJ Hale 13th, David Schildhouse 14th. Matthias Espinoza, 17th. Bernardo de Oliveira, 32nd. Taylor Carpenter, 33rd. Timothy Mathis, 34th. Parker Smith, 35th. And Bradshaw Stout, 36th. 100 laps will go by fast here at Dover. Let's take a look at your pre-race information. Sammy Smith, he failed optical scanning station multiple times. He goes to the back. Lane Tiberghien, unapproved body modification, goes to the back. Bernardo de Oliveira, failed technical inspection. We've got 3 drivers going to the back. That's going to put us on the outside lane next to Max Koss. We're going to let off the gas just a little bit off the bat. Or should I have gone on it? I don't know. But as you see, he moves right up the track. I did not want to be a part of that. We'll figure it out. We've got 100 laps. We've got 22 in stage 1. I just don't want the beginning of my race to be me losing it to him. We'll be here and ready. Bryce Egan running the high line. We'll see how that works out for him. All right, I'm not going to be doing this with Koss, but Koss might be heading up towards the front, so he may be all right. I don't know. AJ Hill has made his way around us. Newcomer. He's doing pretty good already. Sheldon Creed making his way up. We've dropped some spots, and it's out of fear. Otherwise, I would have gone a little harder, but I just got to get it back in order for myself and drive hard. as Matthias Espinosa gets on our inside and is going to pass us as well. Looks like Michael Chavez is still leading the race. We're getting a nice run off here. Start to get back up with this pack. Start to make our way back through. Little contact with Espinosa, no big deal. Little contact with the apron actually is kind of a bigger deal than the contact with Espinosa. Looking on Jeremiah Graham's inside. Start to push it again. See, there's a bit of a gap between the drivers right here and the next group, which kind of sucks. That's going to be that change for us when we get our 100% car or 100 rating car, is that we'll be up there with them, no problem. But right now, it's going to be quite a battle to get up to that group, and that's going to be detrimental when we are trying to get a top 5. So hopefully when we get into lap traffic, that'll be a big deal. Schildhaus riding with us pretty hard. He's actually going to get to our inside, and I wasn't going to do anything about it because I had nowhere to go with Casey Kane there. But we get a really nice run through 3 and 4 with Casey Kane. On our inside, we're going to take that spot from him down the straight and run hard into 1 and 2 as we're starting to track down Espinosa again. And I think that once we kind of clear people and settle down, we're going to show some of the speed that we actually have in this car. As you can see, things are a little bit better now for us, and you know, we'll keep pushing it, but point being is that we're not as slow as we may have looked in the very beginning. I just have to find a spot to catch Espinosa, which we're going to do. Do I have the ability to get to his fender? That's a huge deal for us, as we do right there. Didn't really get a nice turn in, but we're still going to be able to hopefully get that drive off. We need to pass him, or at least be battling him down the straightaway. You got a really nice run off there, actually. We're going to push it through here, and that's going to be good for us as we start the process of trying to track down the next group. And we've got Eliza Bethel leading the race. And I got to be honest, folks, I think that's the first time I've said that in this entire series. Congratulations to the 24 Frozen Toast team. And I just hit the apron twice, and as you see, the slowdown is pretty impressive. I think in this first run, best thing we can do right now, considering where we are, is just not... Yeah, Espinosa's going to battle his way back on the inside. Best thing we can do is just not get lapped. And we'll be there to battle them in their draft when we come out of our... Words are escaping me as I'm trying to drive, but... when we come off the stages, or we come out of the pit on the last stage, who knows, but I'm just going to try to focus on getting some good laps down here. My big focus always, especially on this track, is me just trying not to hit the apron. I need to keep it just a little higher so I don't hit the apron. Although this is better than a controller on my steering wheel, it's still not as, it's not a simulation, so you're not getting the movements or even have the settings to get the movement to be the way that I would like, the way that it would feel a lot more realistic, or I guess a lot more fine when you're trying to avoid the apron. But we're doing an all right job now as we battle back against Espinosa. That time I did a very bad job, and he's going to really reap the benefits of it. So at the same time, Austin Hill making his way up, and he is gaining on us, so caution does come out. I'm curious, and it's early enough, I'm curious to see what will happen if we pit. I know we're going to go back. We did not pit. I'm an idiot. All right. Well, there's that. I still screw that up every time. Well, not every time, but a bunch of times. I'm going for it. We got around cost before the turn. It was a big deal. We hit the apron though, and that's going to be costly. Oh, there's cost right there. He's backwards. Caution coming out. All right. We're going to the back. We are going to the back to test out what tires do against people being at about 50% tire wear.
Green's out now. Let's go. Got a car load now.
Oh, we have no laps left to even test this series, so never mind. That was a bad choice on my part. But 36 in the tank. We won't pit when everybody else does at the end of the stage. And we'll be in the lead.
Still there? All right, let's go. White flag. Top 3, use it if you need it.
Nothing really to talk about. We're going to bring it around, and that stage is going to end before we ever even get there. There it is. No big deal. Okay, so it does matter. Bethel, Chavez, Egan, Norton, Perez, Malone, Espinoza, Hill, Kane, and Creed round out your top 10. Cost is in 13th after the incident. We're going to come out in first place with Ryan Truex. He had to pit on a previous caution, so he stayed out as well. And really, the best thing we can do is hopefully drive away. I mean, we have minimal wear on our tires. We pit to 2 laps to go and just drive away and hopefully not look back. I don't know how well that's going to go, though, especially if they actually are running qualifying type times. Yeah, look at that. They're, wow. I don't think I have it in me. Not yet. I pushed it that time, but it's not going to work as Bethel. Fast car is going to get on our inside, and we're going to hit the wall hard. That's going to cost us. Chavez and Bethel out to a pretty big lead early on. It's a little disheartening to upgrade your car, but we didn't go with the engine upgrade, which would have made a difference. I wanted more grip. I wanted less tire wear, more grip. So that's why I did that. Especially going into some short track and road course racing before we're going to get that next upgrade. That's why. But it's still disheartening. We're in the 4th place right now. I think with the draft and stuff, we could stay up in this general area. Only 16 to go here in stage number 2. It goes by pretty quick, but I'm pretty sure that we've got more than 50 to go at the end of the race. That's part of it. I don't want to lose Perez. And I would love to work with Perez to kind of lose the rest of the pack. That'd be great. There we go. That was nice. So we're back up with Perez here. Big deal for us to kind of stay with him. Whatever I can do to, well, we're actually faster than Perez at this point. I think that initial little boost that everyone had is draining down. Oh, that was why we actually ran really well trying to stick up with Perez, and if we mess up at all, he's gone. So that's a interesting little indicator there. Good news is it looks like we can get back up to him. Better news is Gary Norton is, half a second behind us. And that's great news for us at this point, but now I'm looking to maybe get around Perez and have him working with us. Oh, we're not going to do it there because Gary Norton's coming for us. But if he does catch and pass us, again, another thing that we get to consider is that we're still in 5th place, which is the minimum goal I have. Yeah, I can't do that. I could have dive bombed him, but chose not to. Norton looking at the middle line now, trying to figure out how he's going to get around us. I'm looking at the middle line now, see if I can get a run. It's not going to happen. Norton's there now, so I'm not going to be able to go down. Make sure I keep it off the wall. He made pretty quick work of me, but can I use him and follow him through to get around Perez potentially? Maybe. Probably not. Looks like we lost a lot of it right there. Yikes. Norton's just able to keep that thing pinned down to the bottom of the racetrack, and we're not. I don't know. He got around Perez with ease, and I can't do that. I guess that's part of the engine thing going on. I mean, not the pinning it down to the bottom of the track, but having the power off to do that. And I just slid out a little bit, so that's going to cost me, and now I really have to work hard to hopefully catch back up to Perez and not have Malone now, who has passed Espinosa, catch us. We're gaining on Perez a little bit here, which is big because that means we're going to be able to stave off Malone. He's not gaining on us now as long as I don't mess up even an inkling. That's how crazy it's been in this race for me, is that I can't, I mean, every time I've messed up even the slightest amount, it's had such a huge negative impact. So now the whole goal is to push hard and not hit that apron, which we just did, and you're going to see that we slid out a little. I don't know, you probably hear it. We slid out a little bit. Tires squealing more than normal. And, of course, we lost a little bit on Perez there, but we got it back, and we're in his draft now. Gonna try to get to his fender. And we do, but I messed up the turn because I was more focused on being at his fender, and that's gonna cost us the whole position. Drive the track, not the car you're racing. I always do that, and not always, but especially when it's important like this. I drove the car I was racing. I turned in late. I slid up the track. I lost momentum, and he gets the spot and a couple tenths. Thankfully, we're going to get it back and not lose anything, but Malone is now half second behind us, basically. We've got just 4 laps left. I just gave him Perez a mild bump, but how's our car looking? Yeah, we got that damage from tapping the wall earlier. And of course, that mild bump is huge to get him up there. It's 4 tenths in front of us now. Battle between Bethel and Chavez up there. Chavez just took the lead. I saw the little mini-map flicker as we enter some lap traffic, and that's probably part of the reason why. And on the longer run at the end of the race, I'm really looking for lap traffic to potentially put us in a spot to win this race, really.
Still there?
We got back up to Perez's bumper, but 6th place right behind us, and we don't want to lose 5th place in general. So we're going to have to pay attention here. And in the last lap, are we going to be getting to Bradshaw Stout? And is that Jeremiah Graham or Bryce Egan? I don't know.
White flag is in the air.
Looks like we are going to get to Bradshaw.
Still there.
Is he going to come up the track on me and open the door for Perez? Looks like it, but also we're going to split them.
You're all clear up top there. Hold your line, guys.
And still, we're going to lose that and 6th place. Great. So we were the one that did a bad job.
Top 10, that's
Or 5th place. So we were the one that did a bad job in the lap traffic. Oh, we went in 6th, came out in 5th, and I don't know who dropped way back, but somebody lost a lot of spots.
Going green. Almost ready. the outside now.
And it might have been Matt Malone. As we jump through these gears, jump to the inside of Gary Norton. 53 laps left in the race. So, yeah, we're still not even at the halfway point of the race.
Still there.
Final stage will involve a pit stop, whether it's under green or caution. Doesn't matter. It will require us to all get into the pits. And really anything with 36 or less to go is going to be our point where we can do this. Espinosa gets... Didn't love that. Didn't love that. Poked his nose in there
Got a car coming inside
and
now.
took it, and now we've got damage again on our right side. Not a big fan of that at all.
All right, you're clear. Inside.
Well, here's the kicker, though. We've got...
Got a car low now.
I hate being here. Hate being on the outside, but anyway, we haven't sped things up at all. I was kind of waiting for this moment to do a long speed up. We're going to speed things up until we pit for the final time in stage number 3. And we'll be back on the bike with, at least, or at the most, 36 laps to go. At the least,
Car there on the inside.
20-something laps to go.
Towers called a caution.
I don't know what the caution was for. Looks like I really can't tell, but maybe Parker Smith, he's down 3 laps.
Be ready here.
I went to the back. I got it fixed up,
Green flag.
and I just want to...
Got one inside.
I'll work my way up through. I'm
All clear on the bottom.
a little frustrated with what just happened. So, again, though, we'll be back on the mic when everybody is pitting for the final time. Of course, the caution comes out. Now nobody has to pit under green, which any kind of luck we were going to have from people pitting under green and then a caution maybe coming out later is out the door. Well, we lose 10 spots probably because I feel like people just took gas. They didn't really need to take, but with the tires, maybe that's going to help us a lot. What's not going to help us is the fact that Tommy Joe Martins is on our inside, and that was our big holdup earlier on because he's already into us. That was actually what the whole problem was for me advancing earlier. I got caught up trying to get around him, and it was a huge issue, and for some reason, still am not getting around him. There we go. As he pushes us going into 3, and that's going to screw us up again. He bumped into our fender, and I had to get on the brakes to avoid. Okay, we got around him. Doesn't even matter anymore. It doesn't even matter anymore. Let's just start working on everybody else. We're already up into 23rd. We should be able to
Careful, still there. You got
do some
room.
really
You're
good
clear.
work here. We should be faster than everybody if they didn't take tires, or if they only took right side. We have 4 tires. We're fine. 28 in the tank. We could go through 6 overtimes if we needed to. Not that we will, but you get my point. Got to keep it off the apron. I find myself more on the apron, obviously, when a car is right there, but Josh Berry, AJ Hale, Casey Kane up there with Brandon Jones. And as you can see, yeah, we're just faster, so we have a shot at actually getting up to the front, but we're at a bit of a disadvantage already, simply because we are so far back, and of course with Bethel not having much preventing her in her way, and doubt that we're going to see lap traffic now, that's going to make it difficult for us to do more than we want to. On the inside of Alfredo,
Careful, still there.
keep it down. Just a little tap on the brake when you got a car up high to keep you down. My problem isn't that, or going up the, well, it has happened when I'm not paying attention, but my big problem is actually touching the apron when somebody's above me because I don't want to go up into them. Then I touch the apron, then I got to get on the brake so I don't hit them at all. I mean, it's just a whole cluster. Sheldon Creed in front of us. I think Max Goss is only a couple spots up, actually.
Careful, still there.
I think he's in front of David Schildhouse right now, who's running just outside the top 10. That group up there is fast, but I think we have the chance to get them because I think they don't have fresh tires. I really don't think they do. I mean, how do we lose 10 spots on pit road if they didn't take tires? Or, I mean, if they did take tires, how would we lose 10 spots? I mean, I guess we could have screwed up, but just seemed unlikely. Also, the fact that I've caught him. Got Brandon Poole right here. Gotta get him on the outside.
All right, you're clear there.
And then, yeah, there's Max Cost. That's gonna be,
Coming inside now.
it's gonna be a challenge. I hate it. I just want to race.
Say hi, say hi.
Keep it calm.
Careful, still there.
Nope. I couldn't keep it calm. I can't. I cannot keep it calm around a rival because all I think is they're going to ruin my whole race. I mean, he almost did it at Bristol. Try it again. That was on me. Sorry, Schildhouse. I mean, we didn't have contact, but I drove him up the track because I'm an idiot, because I'm focused so much on the wrong thing. Focus on the race, focus on the track. The rest will do itself. I'm faster than Cost, and because of my fears in being an idiot, now we're back here and I'm driving like a moron. Well, that was no way was that going to work, what I was about to do. It's going to cost us another spot. Come on. Get it together, Savoy. We're not getting a top 5. I don't even.
Say hi, say hi.
Whatever. I suck.
Stay low.
Laps are really dwindling down. We got a smoker in front of us. Is it Cost?
Clear high, bud.
No. It's not. It's Espinoza. But the nice thing is it stacks us all up together again, and maybe I can get a good launch and get around Cost. But we're going to have like 3 to go or something, maybe 4 to go.
Ready? Got one outside now.
Which means no holds bar. Whatever we can do, we got to do here. Yeah, 3 to go.
Still there. Careful, still there. slow down. Hold your line, guys.
Come on, Egan there. I can't do it. Come on. I can't. No. Well.
Here we go.
Okay. Well, it looks bad. I don't know what else to say.
Low now. All right, you're clear then.
There's nothing. Nothing I can do.
Inside. All right, you're clear. You got one to go.
I cut Schildhouse's nose off. I'm giving him the spot. I'm not getting my top 5 anyway, so what does it even matter?
Slow down. You got room. You're clear then.
Never even got... I allowed a rival status with a driver to dictate how I drove even when he wasn't physically affecting us. That's weak mental shit right there, and that makes me mad. Top 10, Eliza Bethel gets her first victory in Xfinity, and she is in the playoffs. Lane Tibergen, second place. Austin Hill, third. Bryce Egan, fourth. Max Cost, fifth. We would have been if we stuck with Cost and were pushing it and didn't worry about the rival status somehow. We could have been in fifth place and gotten our incentive, but now we've got to get it in the next race. Chavez, Norton, Malone, Schildhouse, and Savoy round out your top 10. Perez, 12th. AJ Hale, 18th. Casey Kane, 20th. Matthias Espinoza, 24th. Taylor Carpenter, 27th. Jeremiah Graham, 28th. Timothy Mathis, 32nd. Bernardo De Oliveira, 34th. Bradshaw Stout, 35th. Parker Smith, DNFing about halfway through the race. Eliza Bethel had your fastest lap of the race. Eliza Bethel led the most laps in the race. Big domination there. Lane Tibergen started 34th, finished second. Jeremiah Graham, tough break, started 4th, finished 28th. Matthias Espinoza, he's now happy with us. He was already kind, but that'll do. Set the incentive for 4 top 10s over 5 races because, well, I'll tell you what, it's the only thing that's worth it financially for us to do. Big money, big risk. We have to put down some good runs in a row. We only get to screw up 1. So let's not start that in our next race at Dover in the Cup Series. Twice as long as the last race was. Should be a good one. As you know, big fans of Dover. And we've got a lot more upset people here. But as you can see, we ran that last race just fine. We were off everyone's bumper. We had the one incident with Cost on our left rear that spun him out. Not sure, obviously, as it's a rival, hard to determine whether we came down on him or he went up into us. I didn't look because I really didn't care. We didn't get the position we needed to anyway, and he finished way in front of us. So anyway, that is going to do it for this one, folks. I'd like to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.